Hey folks, Duck Sigma here. For my 300th video, I decided to make a FAQ of sorts. Now, these actually are frequently asked questions. It's not just some made-up list of stuff that I wish people would ask me. I get these questions all the time. And while I don't mind answering them, I figured I'd get the answers down all in one place for convenience or something. I can just point people to this video or whatnot.
What is that song in your introduction?
This is the question I get asked the most often. It's the theme song from the old 80s cartoon, The Adventures of Teddy Ruxpin. I sped it up slightly, though. If you search YouTube for Teddy Ruxpin, you'll find the cartoon intro with the original speed music.
What is that song you use in underwater levels?
I get this one a lot, too. The song is by Dan Deacon, and it's called Hey, Let's Go for a Ride. I really don't know how I first came across it, unfortunately.
How do you record your videos?
Oh dear, really? I get this one more often than I'd like. There are many screen capture programs out there, but I use one called Hypercam 2. It's really easy to use. And now that Hypercam 3's been released, Hypercam 2 is 100% free. Yes, really free. You don't need to pirate it or any such nonsense. It won't even put the lovely, unregistered Hypercam 2 watermark logo in your videos anymore.
How do you record your voice and the game audio at the same time?
2 words. Stereo mix. Yeah, most sound cards have a virtual audio input device called Stereo Mix. Sometimes it's called What You Hear, something like that. So just go into your audio settings, choose Input, and make sure that your device's equivalent of Stereo Mix is selected and not muted and all that stuff. If you don't have Stereo Mix, or if you have a microphone that doesn't plug right into your sound card, such as a USB microphone, well, you can do what I used to do and make use of a piece of software called a virtual audio cable. Explaining how to use a virtual audio cable is totally beyond the scope of this video, but here's a small hint. Set up 2 redirectors. Redirect your normal output to virtual cable 1 and redirect your microphone to virtual cable 1. Then tell your capture software to capture from virtual cable 1. If this makes no sense, read the documentation.
How do you stream your desktop?
Okay, there's a lot of desktop streaming software solutions out there, but most of them either cost money or suck. Or both. But anyway, the one I use is called Super Webcam. It's free and it doesn't suck. The only bad thing about it is that whenever you open it up, it automatically launches a web browser window with the program's homepage. Oh yeah, and make sure that you configure the program correctly, or you'll find that you're streaming at something like 5 frames per second.
For your LP Live videos, how do you capture both the game and the chat?
Okay, there's no big trick going on here. I just place the chat window next to the game window, I resize the chat window appropriately, then I use Hypercam 2 to capture them. I use Hypercam 2's draw a rectangle option instead of the, hey, capture the specific window option, if you know what I mean.
Where do you get ROMs from?
Okay, gosh, I used to provide people with information on where I get my ROMs from, but due to the actions of a small number of assholes, I no longer provide this information. I apologize, but this won't be changing. All I can say is Google is your friend.
Where do you get Mario 3 ROM hacks from?
For the most part, people give them to me. They'll be like, hey, will you do a video of this ROM hack? Or even better, hey, will you do a video of my ROM hack? In fact, I think that I've only ever done 2 ROM hacks which weren't given to me by somebody. Now, that being said, I won't give you ROM hacks for various reasons, since most of the time the person who gave me the ROM hack didn't give me permission to redistribute it. Again, try Google.
What emulators do you use?
Okay, for NES emulation, I use FCE Ultra X, unless I'm net playing, in which case I use JNES. For Sega Genesis emulation, I use Gens. Gens? Gens, whatever. For SNES emulation, I use ZSNES. For the Atari 2600 emulation, I use Stella. I think that's it.
Your voice seems to have changed. What's up with that?
Oh dear. Yes, I had extremely major throat surgery in August of 2009. Long story short, 75% of my airway was being constricted. So they removed my tonsils and my adenoids, and they reduced my nasal turbinates, and repaired my deviated septum. The biggest change is that I no longer have sleep apnea, and I no longer sound like I'm running out of breath all the time, which, before my surgery, was actually the case.
Do you really work for Microsoft?
Well, yes I do. I work at Microsoft's New England Research and Development campus in Cambridge, Massachusetts. For what it's worth, I work in Microsoft's High Performance Computing division.
Will you play this game?
I don't know, maybe. Send me a PM.
Will you play this ROM hack?
I don't know, maybe? Send me a PM.
Will you play this ROM hack that I made?
Oh, most certainly yes. Send me a PM. My favorite ROM hacks to play are the ones requested directly by the author of the ROM hack. It really flatters me, to be honest. And that's really all I can think of for this video. Check the video description for links to all the various stuff I was talking about, and thanks for sticking with me through 300 videos. I really appreciate the fan base. Like I just said, it really flatters me. Yeah, well, once again, thanks. I'll see you next time. Cheers!